Alright, hello everybody. I am going to show you what some of the guts of this camera look like in an attempt to try and fix a shutter issue that I was having. I've taken it apart. I'm going to take the lid off here. I've already unscrewed everything. This is not meant to be a walkthrough of like how to do this, just like to show you what things look like. So I'm going to pull, sorry, I'm trying to do this in a backwards way. I'm going to pull this back open, which is the way you would load the film. And then, like I said, I've already unscrewed this. Here comes the lid. Here's the guts. Alright, now I have recorded this video specifically for a Reddit post, which is where I am posting it. So I'm going to speak directly to that. Now, here is your shutter release. When you push this, this is what, well, you know, you'd be pushing this button here. It presses right here. Now, it does a lot of different stuff when you do that. I'm going to wind it really quick here. Now, when you push this, you're going to see some stuff happening. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but I'm going to push this here. There's a few things that happen. You're going to see this part move here. This is what is controlling the prism, flipping the prism up to block the viewfinder and make way for the light to come directly through and expose the film when the shutter opens up. There's some other stuff that's going on deep in the bowels here, but first I'm just gonna fire the shutter here so you can maybe see a quick, and you might get lucky, this might be one of the times where everything kind of locks up and slows down. Oh, that one actually went well. So you can see this is now in a different position. It's locked. Some of the stuff in here moved. This part here, if I were to move it, you saw it released that. This is actually what moves to change you in and out of bulb mode. I'm gonna, leave it in automatic for now. So I'm gonna wind it again. Let's see if we can get another one to go slow here. Oh, now everything's working smoothly, I guess. Let's see. I'm going to fire a few. Okay, here we go. So this one's locked up. Now you can see this is kind of like half cocked. We'll see how long it takes to actually fire. Now that's the issue that I think a lot of people are having on this Reddit post here. It's the issue I'm having, obviously. I've spent a while looking in the guts here to try and see exactly what it is that's going on to try and fix it. Now I know some people have said that this screw right here can be loosened and that would fix the problem. Now I don't think that that is the case, and I'll tell you why. This mechanism here, as I've said, is just what's controlling the prism in here and blocking the viewfinder to let light come through and expose the film. Moving this, let's see if I can show you. Moving this is really easy. You can see this is like this is not blocked at all. Sorry. See if I can get a good shot here. This is not blocked at all. This is really smooth. I'm applying like no force and it's moving. The issue is not that this is too tight. Now I'll tell you what is the issue. And this is the reason I am not going to fix my camera. At least this is the issue for me. There may be other people having slightly different issues. On the other side, on the underside of this, and this is what's going to be really hard to show you, but running along the bottom is a long arm, and when you right now it's sitting about here, and when I advance the film, which winds a spring, what happens is one of the things, it actually winds multiple springs, and one of the things that happens is it moves this arm this way and it locks it here. And I'm going to try and show that to you. Now, the issue that, as I have discovered it, is that some aspect of that mechanism is getting, there's some friction or something that's like blocking it from easily releasing. So what should happen when you push the shutter release is that mechanism should release very quickly and go right to this position. But I'm discovering that what's happening is it goes a little bit and then it slowly inches and then it goes. And the problem that I'm having is that I can't, let's pull this off so I can flip this upside down. I've taken off a lot of screws here. You can see right here, let's see, can you see these two holes here? There are screws there. I've got this, oh, and there was a screw here too. I've got them all out. This back piece, or this bottom piece, I guess, however you want to think about it, I'm able to get it loose. Right now I had snapped it back on. I'm able to get it loose, but this I don't know, pinion or whatever you would call it, there's a bolt that runs straight through here. This is your winding mechanism. There's a bolt right here that goes through into the other side. I can't get this released, and this, without being able to take this arm off, I can't take this back piece off, which means that I can't get to the part that's actually locking up. You can kind of see there's a gap here. I've got it loose, right? But I can't get this piece off because of this. So here's what I've learned though. I've kind of done this a ton of times here with the top off, and cocked it, shot it. And what I've discovered is that when I fire it and it locks up, I can look through this bit here. You can see the shutter in there. And this is a bad shot here. Let's see if I can do a better job here. Okay. Now, let's see if I can use a flashlight. Sorry, I'm doing this kind of mirrored and upside down, looking up at my camera, so you'll have to forgive me. So here I've got a flashlight, right? So if I shine light through my lens, you can see it coming through the viewfinder. Now, let's see if I can get this to go. Okay, you could kind of see there that your view here in the viewfinder changed, and that's because the prism locked up. And then I'm going to wind it, and now you can see it's open again. I'm going to try and see if I can fire it a few times and quickly show you what's going on. I want to see if I can get it to lock up again. Okay, here we go. It's locked up. Now, I can't see, or I can see through the mirror, but let's see if we can capture that moment where the shutter actually releases. I guess it's too fast to see. But basically what I've discovered is in that break, I'm pretty sure there's no film that's actually being exposed. The shutter is not open at all. It's when that mechanism finally goes the rest of the way that the shutter actually opens and takes the shot. So what I am planning to do is basically when it locks up, I'm just going to freeze. I'm going to try and hold the frame that I was shooting as best I can and wait for that shutter to go, because while it's a pain to do that, I at least know that what's not happening is I'm not just like long exposing the film. So I kind of have to play a waiting game, but that's not the end of the world. Now I'm going to cut here and see if I can get a close-up shot for you to show you the mechanism that I was talking about, and see if I can even show you it locking up. Alright, here we go. So I'm going to do my best here. Again, this is a little awkward for me physically doing. I've got my focus purposely set on the deep bottom end of the casing here, so I know this shot feels like it's out of focus, but bear with me. You can kind of see the guts in there are in focus. Now I'm going to wind it, and you're going to see this arm. I'm trying to do it slowly so you can see. You can kind of start to see it coming into view here. There it is in the back. Oh, sorry, I'm going to try this again here. You see that moving there? That's the back of that arm. Right now I'm pushing the winder. So you can see this arm here, and you can see a little bit of that spring that's in there as well. So that spring is right now being expanded, and there's some locking arm that now keeps this in place. And when I push the shutter release, that whatever it is that's locking it in place is going to get out of the way so that that spring can tighten back up and bring this arm back. And that mechanism, that movement, is part of what releases the shutter. Now I'm going to see if we can get our lock up again. I'm going to push the shutter release. There. Okay, you saw how it kind of went a little slow there. That was actually really great. Couldn't have done it better if I'd planned it, really. Let's try this again. Now you can see it back there. So I'm trying to like adjust for the light and the focus and being able to push everything at the same time. Bear with me. Pushing the shutter again. Boom. You can see that slow movement. That's not what's supposed to happen. Let's see if I can get it to happen the way it's supposed to go. That's closer. Alright, well, you're getting a really great show here of what is not supposed to happen, which is kind of what I wanted. Man, this is so tough to do. I apologize. You can see that slow movement again. This is great. I'm actually looking forward to watching this since I'm shooting this in 4K. And I've been trying to do it with like magnifying glasses. Let's see. Alright, well, no luck. But you can see what I'm getting at now. That's a little bit better. Now, what I've noticed is that if I take, where is it? Here we go. If I just take a long, skinny tool and press it in here, let's see if I can show you what I'm trying to show you. This might be tough to do. Sorry, bear with me. If I put the tool in here, this is where that arm is. Let's see if we can show it to you again. It's in there. Come on. Alright, that might be the best I can do. I've got a flashlight that's rubber banded to my lens, so this is you're not getting the real show here, which is how janky all this is. But you can see a little bit of that arm there, and I can get this tool in. I can push against that arm, and I have discovered that if it does lock up and I push here against this arm, it releases immediately. So I feel really confident that, you know, diagnostically the problem is definitely related to that mechanism down in there. And again, I am not going to be able to fix it because I cannot figure out how to get the back off without taking this whole thing apart, which I feel very confident would be irreversible for me and completely ruin my camera. So that's it here. I just wanted to show you the mechanisms, everything that's going on, to give you a better understanding of how this camera works, and to demonstrate for you again that this, let's see here, yeah, that's pretty good right there. This mechanism right here is the mechanism that some folks were talking about. This right here, this screw, some people were saying, if I understand correctly what people were saying, they were saying that this screw could be loosened and that might solve your problem. For me, again, that will not solve the problem because this mechanism moves real easy. That's like no effort for me whatsoever, and it snaps right back into place. Again, this mechanism is just for opening flipping the mirror up and down. This pin here locks into this slot, which is what keeps the mirror blocked until you wind the spring again and advance the film. But so again, this is just the mechanism for the mirror. It is not the same mechanism for the shutter. So yeah, I hope that is helpful for folks, or at least enjoyable. And maybe somebody who comes after me will have even more information. Good luck.